All right, welcome back for another exciting episode of the Ab Files. I'm your host, Ab, and I'm joined once again by my good friend, brother in arms and in life and in everything else, Daniel Arias. What's up, Daniel?
What's going on, man? I'm glad to be here. It is a special episode, kind of. I would
Kind of
say it is a holy day episode.
a holy day.
Yes, I believe that's what it's called. A holiday episode.
Ah,
Special one.
holy day, a holiday. Yes,
It's a
yes,
special.
right.
Yes.
Um, so at the time of this recording, um, another special thing has just happened. Might say. Uh, the Washington football team had beaten the Eagles in a stellar game, which I was very shocked that they did, and I'm very impressed. I was happy beyond belief, and so I must take a shot. I must cheer to them with my
Ooh.
Thanos mug.
Oh man. And you know
Good
what?
job! I'm like super happy.
That is not
Um,
a conspiracy. Usually that would just be a bunch of bullshit.
yeah, no,
Usually.
they actually did a good job. Wow, man, 5 turnovers, which most teams would have folded within minutes.
You don't
We were down. I mean, what was that, like 14-21, nothing?
dude,
We came back and won. What a
when
dude! Honestly,
when
it was a game. It was a fucking
when we
game.
turned on the game, it was like 7:21, right? It was
Yeah,
7:21 at one point. I'm like, ooh, let's like not pay attention to this.
right.
Like
Yeah,
at
it was
all.
rough.
And
No,
and at the end of the game, like yeah, you don't win a sporting match by giving the other team
a
five
big lead, a big
turnovers.
lead, bro.
Yeah,
Seriously,
or
like
or or the ball 5 times. Like that's rough, man. Jesus. So, you know what? I'll give you this because as I've told people in I would say in my community over on my channels, right?
mhm,
Um I'm a Washington Redskins fan. The Commanders have yet to pull me into their camp,
right.
right? They changed your name, and I'm like, yeah. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time to take a breather right now. I'm teamless. Okay, so hear me out on this. I don't know where I was going with that, but what I was going to say
But it
is,
sounded good.
I said it with conviction. I felt like that. Well, what happens is that I need you to start speaking so that I can get out of this hole that I dug
So,
really quick.
so unfortunately, they are called the Commanders. I don't like them. They will always be the Redskins to me. And I mean, whatever, however you feel about that. But yes, it was a game. It was 30. The final score was 36-33 in a stunning victory. Because honestly, we had to score a touchdown. I honestly didn't think they were going to do it. And fucking Daniel just comes around and he scores oh man, throws a touchdown. I couldn't believe it. I
It
couldn't
was a
believe
beautiful touchdown too. It was
I
like
couldn't believe it.
thread the needle right in the end zone. I was like, dude,
So
I
this
was
is my
like,
like,
oh,
yes, we did it. Celebration Cup. Cheers to you guys. I love it.
like is that cup? Is that like a Thanos shot glass? Or is your hand just huge? Like, is that
No,
like
this is
a not actual size?
it's not actual size, but it
Okay,
is a cup. It is a nice little cup.
mug. It is
I
a
got it
mug.
as a gift, and I think
Very
it's
nice.
fucking awesome.
It is
Um,
freaking awesome.
so yeah, I'm drinking. I'm just taking like a shot.
Oh yeah, good, good, awesome.
I'll probably yeah, it's pretty strong. But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, taking a shot for my team, and I'm happy
hell
that
yeah,
they
man.
won.
I'm just glad
Um,
we shut the Eagles fans up
oh my gosh, man! I mean, going
because
into
they
the
were they
game,
were the team to
that's a
beat.
tall task. That is a tall
Yeah,
task to beat for us as a rebuilding team that we've been rebuilding for like the last Jesus Christ, 20
two
some years
decades,
or whatever,
two
you
decades.
know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
2 decades. Oh
Uh,
man.
to finally have a quarterback that we can say, yeah, win or lose, it's like we're very confident in the playmaking ability that he has, and the team just rallies around him, and everyone is just doing their part. It's good to know that, like, hey, if we had lost, we'd be like, you know what, though, next year it's just going to get better. I'm going to be building. If winning, man,
Well, oh, I think
it really, the thing is, like, you don't want to be that team. You don't want to be associated as the underdog team. Oh, and I hear people say like, oh, I don't mind being the underdog. Like, okay, yeah, from time to time, like, yeah. But honestly, at some point, to be taken seriously in the NFL, you can't be the underdog. You have to be the top dog and having everybody chase you and
at
shutting
some
everybody else
point,
up. Yes,
it has to be
yes,
cyclical for
yes.
sure. You have to be
Because if
relevant.
you want to be the underdog, you're never going to win. You're never
It's
going to win the big game.
yeah. Um, Look, I saw a stat today. Um, at the end of the game, at the end of the match, right? Where it says something about 1991, like the like that franchise, right? Commanders, Redskins hadn't experienced. I think was it that score or that I don't know what was it that record. No, they've had to had this record before. Um, Anyway, I saw 1991. I'm like, dude, that was the year they won the Super Bowl. It was
Hmm.
1991.
Yep.
And I'm like, it's been that long. Their
They went,
last Super Bowl was 91.
yeah, and that they went 14-2. They had the best, arguably, and I know a lot of people are like, no, you know, Tom Brady's a go. He had, he won 7 championships. If you really look at the all around team, and this is not just because I'm a Washington fan. This is from like people in the NFL, people like um were like, scrutinizing every team, like grading every team, like, no, this is number one team, this is number two, really like going through it. That 91 team was arguably the best team in the NFL, like to win a Super Bowl, like ever,
Yeah.
ever.
Like on
Yeah.
paper, just like
On,
statistically, like,
well, I mean, no, statistically, I mean, not just on paper, like we went out and we kicked ass.
yeah.
Our offense, our defense, like we were shutting people down. I mean, yeah, that was the best Super Bowl winning
Hmm.
team ever.
Interesting.
Yes, even
Interesting.
up against Tom Brady's teams. As many
Wow.
scores and stuff that all the accolades and things that he did with his teams, like they were ranked number one by the
Hmm.
NFL,
Hmm.
not by Washington fans, by like NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
I just,
that was a tough team to beat. Like they literally like all around had playmakers on both sides of the ball. Special teams, you had offense. The quarterback was not going to be stopped. You had receivers. I mean, we had like what dual receivers. It was like, who are you going to throw it to? We'll throw it to. We're not going to throw it to him. We're going to run the ball. Our running back was amazing. Our fucking defense was just shutting everybody down, intercepting the ball, scoring touchdowns. I mean, it was all around. Like, it was a really good team.
yeah. But this team that showed up today, uh, okay, that's what I was going to say. Hear me out. Like, circle
Now
back.
remember?
Now I remember. They, our team didn't win. The Eagles lost. I'll put it
Hmm.
that way.
Okay.
That's how I'm going to say it. The Eagles effing lost. I wouldn't say we won by any means. I feel like there's a big difference. I feel like there's a big difference. I feel like
Well,
there's
yeah,
a
because if
huge
the
difference.
receiver for the Eagles would have caught the ball, that would have iced the game. That would have been it. All
I
they needed to do was get the first down. They had to get the first down, and then that
I
would have
just
been the game.
I just feel like, dude, Eagles, all they had to do was just hold on to it.
Yeah.
Just not suck. Just they just needed to suck a little bit less, just a little bit less, and we were held. We had to overplay all of our positions. Like we had to be like, okay, all your stats, you guys need to just overplay your normal selves.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys on the Eagles, like, you guys just stop, don't suck. Just bring your B game. And they did.
Yeah.
And so what happens was we elevated and they just sucked a little more. And it just like that, it's
Just a
crazy.
little bit. Just a little bit. Oh,
And
yeah.
but we got the W. We got the W somehow. You know, they definitely they earned their L more than we earned our W.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they made mistakes too, but it was like I said, most teams with that many turnovers in a game are
They don't
not going
win.
to win the
They
game.
don't win games.
They're
They
not
don't
going to
win
win the
games.
game. I was very excited. I did yell a little bit. You know, hey, whatever. I'm
Till the
allowed to.
last second, bro. Till the last minute. Till the last minute. I was just like, yo, that last drive up the field. But speaking of field, it's Christmas. And so I was thinking, uh, in your mind, who is your most the top five Santa Clauses in film,
I was like,
top
what are you
five.
talking about? Oh, you
Either
mean
overpowered, OP, like let me know who are your top five Santa Clauses.
top five Santa Claus?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean by top five
Either,
Santa Claus?
either favorites, like best Santa Clauses. How about this? I'll give you mine. I'll give you my list. Ready?
Because I'm like top five Santa Claus. I mean, they're all Santa Claus.
Nope. Nope. They all Santa Claus differently. Okay. Like, cause you know what? You got my dude from Jurassic Park. That guy, trash. Don't like him. From him and Matilda, F that Miracle on 34th Street. I don't like that. Him, Matilda, Pierce Brosnan, garbage movie. Don't like that movie. All right. I got Tim Allen as my top seed. Beat that, Santa Claus. All right. The Santa Claus. That was right now, that is my top seed. And then you have the Santa Claus from the, what is it? The claymation Santa Clauses, those guys, like the classic, the
It was like
animatronic.
1940s, like
Yeah, man,
Santa Claus.
those, yep, 100%. Um, the ones with like Yukon Cornelius,
Yeah,
that
yeah. What is
that
that?
Santa Claus.
What's that one? The like the guy, the lumberjack guy with
Yep,
the red hair, whatever.
yeah, and the guy with the gun, that guy, that guy.
I like him. He's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Then I have my dude in what was it? Shit. Then my other favorite one would have to be. I was thinking about this today. The Bad Santa. Bad Santa would be one of them.
Isn't that Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah, Bad Santa would be one of them.
And you didn't
Okay.
like the Jurassic Park Santa.
I didn't. I don't know, man. I just don't. Because he, dude, with his
He actually
bullish,
looked like Santa.
yeah, with his bullish attitude, he destroyed an island.
Spare no expense.
It's for no expense. He put the lives of his grandchildren in jeopardy. You cannot forgive that. Does
Oh
not
my god!
matter.
I thought you were
Um,
gonna go with like top Christmas movies or something.
no.
That's
I feel like
fucking
that's too
Santa
vague.
Claus.
No. It
Like
has to be. It
Santa
has to be
Claus.
Santa Claus's.
Fucking
Um,
Santa Claus. You know
what
what
about?
though? After I saw that what do you call it? That new what is it? Red One, the
Yeah,
one with the Rock and Captain America in it. J. Jonah Jameson played a pretty good Santa.
you liked
Is
him?
he Santa? Yeah, he's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know,
I liked Kurt Russell. I like Kurt Russell. You ever see that? Kurt
he was
Russell,
Santa.
Goldie Hawn. Yep.
He was Santa Claus.
Yeah. I forgot
When was
which
he
one.
Santa Claus?
I forgot which one. I saw it years ago, man. But he was like in the what the fuck was it? What the fuck was it? What the fuck was it? He was like in prison in like New York or something.
You mean Escape from New York?
No, no. Mm-mm. I can tell you right now. Give me a second. We have the internet. Stand by. All right. Hold on. Kurt Russell. All right. Kurt Russell. Oh shit. This is what we do here, guys. Letting you know. Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell.
Well, while he's
Kurt,
looking up who which Santa Claus Kurt Russell was, again, if you guys are enjoying this type of content,
yeah.
hey, hit the like button, leave a comment, share, subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. Every little bit helps the channel grow just that much more. And quick shout out, Ali. Always, you guys are always, holding it down.
Yep.
Cool Cam, White Beans from Whatnot. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I enjoy your guys' channel on Whatnot. It's my comic family over there, comic book family. Kicking ass over there. Quick shout out. If you ever go to Florida, go to Kiki's Comics.
Yeah.
They take care of you over there. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, if you're ever in Florida.
Oh yeah. Here it's nice down there this time of year. A lot of our people in this state go down there.
Yeah, around this time, yeah.
The Christmas Chronicles. Okay.
Is that what it's called?
7 out of 10 IMDb score, which means absolutely nothing to me. But it's Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn as Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Okay. So
Interesting. Yep. Interesting.
All right. Yeah, when Kurt Russell gets captured. Okay. So there you go.
I don't know what that even means.
That's cool. I don't know anyway, but I saw it and it was good. So those are my top 4 because I can't think of a number 5. So
no, that's awesome. No, that's cool. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Are elves cryptids? Before we get into the meat and potatoes, are elves cryptids?
I want to say that they are. I want to say that they are because they are a creature that still has not officially been seen, but is still somewhat out there, right?
But would they be considered lore though? But I mean, or could you consider elves like a cryptid and in the realm of lore? Or like, I guess you could it exist in both?
Oh, let's see. I guess no. Elves are mythological creatures and are not cryptids. However, elves have been part of many cultures, folklore, and have been believed to exist until recently in some cultures. So, I guess not.
But okay, hear me out. Like, there must be different types of elves because
Oh yeah, there's different
like there because look,
not
you're
every
not
elf builds a toy.
like they elf different. They elf different. Like you have the elves that Lord of the Rings elves, and then you have
Well,
that.
well, look, you have yeah, exactly. You have like Lord of the Ring elves, and then you have like those claymation elves that just like
Yeah.
Hammer choo-choo trains together, like
The
horse,
sweatshop elves.
rocking horses together,
Yeah, the sweatshop ones, and then
right?
you
And then
have
you have like the big elf, like Buddy the elf.
yeah,
They're
the
all
out of
different.
wedlock elf.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, so I need to know, like, those are the real questions. So they're not a cryptid, they're just a
They're a mythological
mythological
creature, or they are
being,
mythological creatures. They're not.
but they're
They're
beings,
not
they're not
considered
creatures
cryptids.
though.
They are
Are
creatures.
they creatures?
They're
Like a
creatures.
minotaur?
Well, I mean, they're not human.
They're not human.
Well, would you consider an elf a human,
I would
even though
definitely
it looks human-ish?
I definitely would. I would consider a witch human.
But a witch it's a different type of thing. It's a witch. Well, a human can be a witch, but like if you're thinking of a witch, like with the big nose and green skin and shit, that's not human. Like you could be a witch if you wanted to.
What about like a wizard? I guess you could technically.
You could
Well, I
be a
mean,
wizard.
if you don't take your pills, I guess you could be a wizard in your head. In one of your voices,
Anybody could be.
Yeah, you could be a wizard.
Yeah,
Or if you're down
you
south,
take
I
enough
guess you could be
drugs.
a
Yeah,
wizard
you'll
too.
definitely be a wizard.
Jesus. But yeah. So anyway, no, okay, elves. I guess elves different, but I think I would put them into like mythological being.
Right, they're a mythological being,
Definitely
but
not
they're not
creatures.
cryptids. They're not cryptids. Well, no, they're a myth. They are mythological creatures.
I don't know. See, for me, here's the distinction. If I was in the woods and if I was strapped, right? Let's say I was ready to just do some creature hunting, and I
Hmm.
saw, let's say, a creature, and I was like, oh shit, I'm going to pull the trigger on a creature. I would shoot a creature. But then if I saw an elf, I was like, hey man, what's up?
No,
You're
no, no,
I'm not
bullshit.
going to just blast it
You're not
away.
gonna see. You aren't gonna see an elf and be like, "Hey, dude, how's it
No,
hanging?"
I'm just saying
You're probably
if
gonna pull
if
your gun
it's
out and shoot it because
right,
it's
if
not
it's not it,
normal.
but it's not. I wouldn't call it a creature. A creature is like a minotaur or a fucking
No. Oh,
or
well,
like
creatures
that's
can
a
be small too.
creature.
But once you say like a duende is like a small creature,
That's a thing. That's
it's a it's a
that's an
small
annoyance.
it's
That's
a
a
small creature thing. Yeah, yeah, no shit. It's a creature that's a
duende is
thing.
one of those things that were like in the Scorpion King when the thing started getting sucked down into the Sahara, like the little
Yeah,
pygmy mummy
Daniel's
thing.
gonna walk through the woods and see an elf, and be like, "Hey,
Well,
buddy, how's it going?
yeah, yeah. No,
Hey,
I'm just
man, want
saying,
to have a
like,
beer?"
but you know what though? This brings a interesting point, interesting tangent. You know how many like hunters go out with their weapons, right? And they see this humanoid figure, and they're like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna shoot it," but it looks too human, and they can't shoot it. They're like, "It's a dude.
So wait,
I I
okay.
can't
Well,
shoot it."
hold on. Now let me ask you this: Is it because they can't shoot it because they're scared, or is it because they're like not scared, but like maybe like kind of shocked? Like, what is that type of thing? What is that? It's weird.
No, I
Or
think they're
is the
scared that
creature,
it's murder.
or is the creature? Well, it's not murder if it's not a fucking human,
But I don't think that's the thing. It's
right?
messing with their mind. It looks too human, and it's that line that's
Well, remember,
blurred.
elves have like pointy, big ears. Humans don't have big, pointy ears,
But if you have
and no human is
legs,
like 3 foot
arms,
tall. Well, I mean,
arms,
buddy,
and clothes, I'm not looking at your ears.
oh, you're definitely gonna see his fucking ears. His ears are probably big as his head,
What are you talking about,
and he's
dude?
wearing like a little hat. He looks
Are
like
you
one of the
talking
dwarfs
about
from
like
Snow
the
White.
Keebler ones? Are you talking about what kind of elves are you talking about?
Well,
I'm
you're not
talking about like
talking
Lord of the
about the
Rings
ones
one.
from Lord of the Rings.
I'm talking about the ones with the fucking bow and arrows, like the big ones.
Well,
What are you
no,
talking
there's
about?
no. When we think about elves, we're thinking about little elves. We're not thinking about. That's what I'm saying. We're not
Oh,
thinking
you're not
about the
seeing
same
those.
elf.
You're not seeing those. Those are like borrower size. Those are duendes almost.
Yeah, but you can see them, and they're small and running around in the woods. There's no big elves that are running around in the
Those
woods.
little things are busy roofing princesses.
Well, they're building toys. They ain't got time to be out messing
Yeah.
with you.
They're either mining, roofing princesses, or whatever they do. They're high hoeing all the way to work. That's what they do. But elves or dwarves or whatever they are.
If people saw a big elf from like Lord of the Rings, whatever they're called, um, that would probably be like, oh shit, is that a person? But if when most people think of elves, they don't think of those size elves. They think of little elves baking cookies and making toys and
Like
shit like
Keebler.
that.
Like
Yeah,
Keebler elves.
yeah,
Like
that's what that because if you thought that people were going to think of big elves, those elves and those Keebler elves would have been normal size elves, and they're not.
yeah, no. See, that's my thing. Is like I was thinking about like the different types of elves
I
because
mean,
elf
no,
is very
okay, now,
generic.
see, but there is different types of elves. Yes, I agree with you, but I'm pretty sure if you were to ask 100 people,
What's an elf?
99 of them would have said yes. Elves are about this big. You know, they're not going to be as tall as people.
God, what if so is Santa Claus an elf or an elf enslaver?
Well, I watched a movie where they showed the origin story of Santa Claus, like the claymation one from like the 20s.
Huh?
apparently no, he just inherited a bunch of elves. Well, I guess you know
From
what? I guess he's like a slave owner.
yeah, it's from the Elf Plantation. And it's,
Yeah, and they're
he
just
went to
very happy,
he went to
singing, eating
he went to
cookies. Yeah,
Elf Land and
yeah,
got a bunch of them, put them
yeah.
on a ship, and
He definitely was like, "Hey, you guys are more than welcome to leave if you want to, but if you leave, the abominable snowman's gonna eat you."
yeah.
So nobody left.
Oh God, interesting,
Wow. So,
interesting.
oh man, yeah, that's a topic for like Rumble or something.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, we're down in this rabbit hole.
Yeah. Speaking of elves, did you actually hear about what's going on in Russia?
No, what's going on in
The
Russia?
let me make sure. Was it Ukrainian drones? Somebody was flying Ukrainian drone. This is a drone thing now. Ukrainians were flying drones into Russian buildings, like 9/11 style.
What?
Uh, let's see.
I heard about the Germany Christmas market terrorist attack where the Saudi guy drove into the Christmas market, killing a bunch of innocent civilians. I heard about that.
Yeah,
That
which
was
is crazy.
nuts. And he
Um,
was like
um,
a resident for like 20 years, dude, or something like that.
yeah, so buildings were hit by drones, an attack in Russia. And it says it's an unverified videos that were shared on X, or what do you call it? Twitter now, or call X now.
Yeah.
Aerial objects were seen flying into two skyscrapers in Kazan. I'm probably saying that wrong. It's a city about 500 miles east of Moscow. Ukrainian drones hit high rise buildings in Russia, presenting a chilling resemblance to the 9/11 attacks in the US when planes rammed into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Centers back in 2001. Basically, the video, you can see this on YouTube. If you just look it up, you see whoever recording it. You can see the drones, and drones are pretty big. They're flying into these buildings, and there's explosions, and there's a bunch of different ones, man. They were flying them all over
That's
the place.
they're idiots. Like they're idiots. Like retaliation's coming. I think it's getting to be too much. I feel like it's going to boil over and we're cooked. Like this is the fourth and goal right now. Like
Hmm.
we have to get this shit under control somehow, some way. And there's no talking sense into either side. Like it's crazy because now guess what? Now what's going to happen? Doesn't retaliation have to happen? Like you have like if it is the Ukraine, don't you have to retaliate if you're the other side? Like in the eyes of your people or in your psychotic
Hmm.
mind, don't you have to retaliate?
I mean, you
Like
would think, man.
have to,
No, if you see these
uh,
videos, man, it's crazy because they're flying these drones, and they're just, I don't know if they're actually trying to hit um, a certain target, or if they're trying to just strike fear
do you
in the
think
Russian people, or what the actual purpose of it was.
now do you think
But
it's a
they are throw.
Ukraine
What's
or do you
that?
think it's an inside Russian job? Like a
Right.
Russia to
I
Russian
don't want to
job.
say like it's inside Russia job, because that, I don't know, man. I mean, could it be? Maybe,
You know
but
they could, and
yeah,
they've done that to
yeah. They,
themselves.
anything to like spark, light that fire to go and
They are great at unifying their own people, and if not, they are amazing at killing their own people.
yeah. Why?
They
Yeah. I
are
mean, if they're
in
gonna do it,
droves.
they're gonna do that to they would do something like that to, yes, like you said, unify their people to be like, yeah, let's go to
Like, look,
war,
it
let's
was
fight them.
them.
Yeah,
We should
yeah.
probably go unify and attack them. They
Yeah.
have. I feel like Russia does not have a good track record at atrocities against its own people
Right.
historically. Historically. you
Right.
know, and it did like that government, that regime, that country just doesn't scream, trust me, I got your back.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah. You can trust us.
yeah, we're Russian. We got you. It's not what you want to hear. So I don't know. I right now I don't trust anything coming out of that whole area. You know, I feel like
Right.
there's
Well, the
tons of
early reports, because this happened either it was like early today or yesterday, that the Ukrainians Ukrainian drones are being flown into Russian territory. Um, they're saying hundreds of miles from the front line of that little war that they got going on between
Mhm,
the Ukrainians and the Russians. They're flying these drones into buildings, and I mean, I think some people have been killed by them, but they were like, just trying to cause panic. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was an inside job where they're trying to strike fear into people, into their
mhm,
people, to get them to rile up
yeah.
and ride together and go fight, harder at the because I think aren't they getting their asses kicked by the Ukrainians?
Yeah, they need a motivator. They need a motivator to unify, you know.
Hmm.
Right now there's more people against that regime than there are
Right.
for that regime. Um and because of the globalization, like let's say the internet access, the information that's out there, right? Um and the information that's getting into Russia, even though they do a great job of censoring the shit that is being consumed on their end, uh, the Western media still does infiltrate at some level over there. So they do get outside news some way, shape, or form. Um, so I think that plays a part because before all this shit kicked off, you know, I would say Russia was before this shit kicked off. Russia, at least over here, was perceived to be not terrible anymore.
Hmm.
Before this shit kicked off, Russia was a valid place to go. I would never have gone. But if you're
No,
like,
I
hey,
wouldn't.
we're gonna go visit Kiev or Moscow and take some pictures, we're gonna spend a week there and come back. I'm like, that's absolutely insane, but cool. Take some pictures and come back. And that would have been absolutely no questions. That's I feel like that could have been done, no questions asked. Now it's like,
Hmm.
holy shit, bro.
I would never go
That
to Russia. Even when it was safe to go to Russia, I still would never have gone to Russia. Not my thing, man. Just I mean, nothing against like people, culture looks pretty cool. I just don't something about going over there I would never want to do.
well, dude, I mean, I feel very iffy when I don't know the language. If I don't know the language, if I cannot speak the language, I don't know what people are saying about me or saying behind my back, like in any way, shape, or form, I'm not going. Like
Dude,
Italy,
I'm with you, man.
Italy, France, or what are the other Latin speaking countries like
Hmm.
Spain or Portuguese, Portugal, Brazil, like those. I could manage. You kind of get the gist of that,
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know.
because it's like half Spanish anyway.
Half Spanish, like Latin based words, like you can kind of get a gist of what they're talking about, right? I would feel a lot more comfortable going to those countries than to a place where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like
Hmm.
that's out of my realm. Because yeah, I just wouldn't. So I don't know what to believe in. That's crazy though. That's crazy. You
Yeah,
know, it's
which another thing is, and that leads us. That has everything to do with Krampus, which is
yeah,
a good segue. It leads us right into our story.
yeah. Krampus,
Krampus.
Krampus. Yeah,
It's what we're here for. But the drones are. I mean, the drones are interesting because it's like it's all over. It's all over the news. It's all over the world. There's drones that are flying. People are saying they have reports that are saying that the drones are coming off of the water somewhere. They don't know exactly where, but they're coming by. They're coming off the water. They can't follow them because they're not emitting any heat. I think is what they were saying.
yeah. I don't know.
So if they try to find any type of heat signature off them, they're not able to find any, which is very odd. They're like, we don't have anything that any of our drones don't always emit some type of heat. We don't have any that
We we need
don't
to
do
get
that.
we need to get all of our shit out of the air and blow an EMP. We need to get all of our shit out of the air, tell everyone to turn off their electronics somehow and just blow a fucking EMP. I mean, yes, that would cripple us insanely, but we like that would just I'm you know what's funny? Like the next like what was it? I think every 100 or so years they say like there's a massive solar flare.
Hmm.
Like when there's like that when like planets align and shit like that, when there's a direct route to our planet, if there's a solar flare, like a massive solar explosion or whatever like that, and we're in the way, in the past, it never really had
Effect.
an
They
effect.
didn't have any technology.
Exactly. Exactly. The last
So they
time,
didn't
what
give a
what
shit.
did it do? The last time it took out a couple of phones and things were kind of weird. Things were like radios stayed on longer. Things didn't work right for a while. Now that would absolutely kneecap all first world countries, like satellites, communication, everything. I mean, there's nothing you could do with that.
Could you
I mean, and
imagine? That'd be kind of. I mean, that'd be so weird though. Yeah.
it would set everyone back. It'd be like it'd be like playing football in the snow. It's like the great equalizer. It's just be like, hey, it is what it is. No one's got satellites. Now's the time. Like that's what you want to know when shit hits the fan. That's when it hits the fan. Plan around
Aren't
that
the
next
planets
solar
supposed to
flare.
be aligning sometime soon? Like in the next, I heard something like the planets are supposed to be aligning. I forget when.
It's like, and you can't really predict a solar flare. It's like
No,
you
it's
can't,
a
and
natural occurrence. It just happens when it happens. It
yeah,
could happen right now.
and like
Who
we
fucking knows?
have less than I don't know. I think I forgot. The sun's so far away from us, but it's still like a I want to say 15-minute, maybe 30-minute, or maybe an hour. I'm not even sure. I could be misquoting that. Um, but a big enough solar eruption, it's not in the day warning. It's I think it's hour warning. We might have hours of warning ahead of time. That's it.
Well,
Before it hits.
if you had enough time to, what they say you should do is put your phone in the microwave. That would actually protect it.
But for what?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
The satellite's about to get Kentucky fried. Like, like for what?
maybe some things would still be up, phone lines and stuff like that. Some things might be secure in case something like that happens. But yeah, they said that if you were to any kind of electronic, they said put it in the microwave.
Would
Um,
you would you would you disconnect the battery terminal in your car?
uh, I, what is it? Probably I would try to, um, but I think if you put, isn't it like if you put tin foil over it, like the whole, like basically the whole engine, everything inside of it, it should keep it safe.
Like a lead? Like lead fucking
Yeah, I mean
I
seriously.
bet. I bet.
Oh,
That's probably not a terrible fucking idea. Like get a lead car cover. But that's crazy though.
everything would be go back to horse and buggy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, then oh my god, could you imagine how much that would set you back though? Like that I don't think society right now could be set back 100 years and survive. You know how many
People
people would
would
die?
lose their minds. You know how crazy people. Oh my gosh, especially people that are like so dependent on their phones and being like online and stuff like that. It's actually insane how they
How
wouldn't even what do you call it? They wouldn't even know what to do.
how do
They would lose
you
their minds. They would honestly jump off buildings just because they don't like. What do we
guarantee
do?
you? I wouldn't know how to get to you, bro. I like. How could I even get in touch with you? You know what I mean? Like, there's no plan of action. I don't know how to get to a majority of people that I know. Like, how would you coordinate communication? Like, that's like doomsday prepper shit. But like, it's very important to know how to read maps, have plans like this in the event of stuff like that. But like, that's like the big equalizer. Like, it's not like it's happening to you. Not like Av woke up on a shitty Monday and it's just happening to Av. Like, no, solar flare happened. It's kind of a big thing for everyone. It's
Yeah,
chaos.
I
Like,
mean,
it's
that kind of evens out the playing field because everyone it happens to everybody. Everyone is starting over, and especially like if it happens in the wintertime, man. Like, what do we do? Oh my gosh, if it happened in the wintertime, if it happened in the wintertime or in like the
the death
middle of
toll
summer,
would be insane. The
nobody
death
like
toll,
people would be.
you know how many dumbass deaths would happen? You know how many dumb deaths would happen? Apartments, buildings would explode every day. There'd be fires every day, apartment fires every day. There'd be gas leaks every day.
But you know what? Too, if the fire department can't if you can't get a hold of any like fire department or anything like that, who knows if there was a fire, how fast they would actually get to you.
No, it's all by sight. It's all by like that'd be terrible. It'd be like I said, it would set us back maybe 100 years instantly. Like, that's crazy to think about.
That is crazy.
Like, go back to the Andy Griffith days.
Oh
Like,
man.
that's yeah, that's nuts. But
So
Krampus.
yeah, so the whole 41 minutes, basically the whole show had nothing to do with Krampus. But thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, it's Christmas.
All right. So yeah,
Ah,
talking about going off the rails.
off the
This
rails, bro.
the whole verse was just I mean, I like to talk about the drones, but yeah, this really went off. Anyway, so we'll get through this real quick. Yeah, so today's episode, we'll dive into the Chilean folklore of Krampus, a figure who's far from your typical jolly Christmas spirit. While many of us celebrate the season with tales of Santa Claus and holiday cheer, in certain parts of the world, another figure stalks the snowy nights. And he's not here to hand out presents. Meet Krampus.
Dun dun dun.
Round of applause. Everybody claps.
Yeah, yeah.
The dark companion of Saint Nicholas, a creature designed to strike fear into the hearts of the naughty. So, who is Krampus? Where did he come from? And why does he carry chains and a bundle of sticks?
Good
I'm glad you
question.
asked that, Daniel.
Good question. He's just the horny Santa.
Yeah, literally. Let's find out. So, Krampus' story begins in Alpine folklore, specifically in the regions of Austria, Germany, Slovenia, Hungary, and other parts of Central Europe. His name is derived from the German word Krampen, meaning claw. Krampus is believed to have pre-Christian roots with ties to pagan traditions and Norse mythology. Early, pag- Early pagan celebrations of the Alpine regions likely included rituals to ward off winter spirits to ensure a successful harvest, with figures resembling Krampus as symbols of wild nature.
Hmm.
Spooky.
So like a Halloween, kind of like a Halloween, yeah, like a Halloween, 100%.
Yeah, kind of like I mean, yeah, you think he would be for like you sound like this sounds like it would be good for Halloween, but he's basically
A harvest, right?
well,
Harvest.
he's basically Santa Claus's yin. He's his yang, Santa Claus is yang or whatever.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay.
No. When Christianity spread across Europe, Krampus became intertwined with the Christian tradition of Saint Nicholas, the saint known for bringing gifts to children. Rather than erasing Krampus, the church adapted him into a cautionary figure, emphasizing morality and punishment. While Santa Claus or Saint Nicholas rewards will behave rewards for well-behaved children with gifts, Krampus is his dark counterpart. If you've been naughty, Krampus doesn't just leave you cold; he takes punishment to a whole new level.
Holy shit!
Yeah, yeah, he's not very nice.
No way. Okay, so he doesn't just. So not only does Saint Nick leave you cold, Krampus comes around
Well, okay,
and
so at this point, Santa Claus would actually not leave you cold. That was Krampus that was doing it,
oh, okay,
right?
okay,
So that was Krampus. In the beginning, the early tales were Santa Claus comes and brings all the good kids presents. So if you were naughty, um,
you would get
you were
nothing.
on Krampus's list, and he was leaving you cold. So Santa Claus didn't have a naughty list and a nice list. He just had a list of all the kids that were good. That was
Mm,
it.
got it.
Krampus
So
had the list of all
there
the
was
bad
no
kids.
good list, naughty list. It was like Santa's list and Krampus's list.
Right,
Got
right.
it.
Yeah. So Krampus is kind of unforgettable. I mean, once you see him, you know you're
Yeah,
looking at fucking Krampus.
yeah.
Krampus is usually featured as a man with horns with one grotesque human foot and one foot of a goat. He is a goat like figure covered in dark fur with menacing horns that curl from his head. His face often features glowing red or yellow eyes, but people mostly say he has glowing red eyes. A sharp pointed nose with a grotesque long dragon or snake like tongue. He has like this big tongue coming out, you know.
Jesus.
Uh, if he was like in comics, he'd be like Venom. Venom has like the
Venom.
big tongue hanging out, you know, doing all that stuff. Something like that. He's usually depicted carrying chains, thought to symbolize the Christian church's efforts to bind him. These chains often clank ominously as he prowls around the villages.
Oh man, he's like taking all the boxes of like a tier one phantom. He's
Yeah.
like a top tier. So
Hmm.
he's a top tier demon spirit being cryptid.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
uh apparition.
Well, no, I think
Whatever
he's
you would
more
class Santa Claus as, you would have to class him as.
right. So I think he's kind of like a cryptid, right?
So but then like I said, if Santa Claus is the yin and yang, whatever you class Santa Claus as, you got to
What would you
class.
classify Santa Claus as? Even though he's a nice guy, you
Ooh,
still classify him as a cryptid?
ooh,
'Cause that's like
bro.
a
Because
Bigfoot,
technically, no one's ever seen him,
right? But they
bro.
still believe in him and he's out there somewhere, right? So I believe if we're going to go that route, I believe Santa Claus is a cryptid.
100% like Bigfoot. 100% like
Exactly.
Bigfoot. He's a humanoid.
Exactly.
He's a
Yep.
humanoid.
Because he
He's a
lives forever.
shapeshifter. Yep,
Yep.
he lives forever.
See now, look now. See if you saw Santa Claus in like a shirt and pants and walked around the forest,
I I wouldn't
I'd
shoot
be
him,
scared. I'd be like, then I would be like, hey man, how's it going? And I'd be scared to shoot him, right? Because he's a
but
normal
he's
sized
clothed.
person, looks like a
Clothed.
person. Yeah.
Clothed. Clothing gives it a lot more humanizing effect.
Right.
Clothing really helps the humanizing thing.
Right. Right. So
So, yeah.
I think there, yeah. um, but if I saw Krampus in the woods, I wouldn't ask him that. I'd probably shoot his ass off. I'd just shoot him right in the face or something.
Be gone, Satan. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
power of Christ compels you. Um,
Yeah.
but that's not all. Krampus also wields a bunch of birch sticks known as a ruta, which he uses to whip naughty children. In some depictions, he carries a sack or a basket on his back, but not for gifts, but for abducting those who misbehave.
Yo.
Well, yeah, yeah. He kidnaps kids. He couldn't. Well, no.
Holy shit.
Let me take that back. He kidnaps the bad kids. So if you're bad, Krampus is coming to get you. And when they say he's coming to get you, like he's really going to come get you. Folklore warns that these unfortunate souls might be dragged back to his lair, punished, or even eaten. Talk about a dark twist to your
Holy
holiday season.
shit, bro.
Yeah, so he comes and he takes the naughty kids away. He has a list of bad kids, and he comes and takes them away, and you're probably never going to see your kid again.
And he could be eaten by the opposite of the jolly giant, the jolly old man's brother,
Yep.
twin.
Yeah. That's
The-
yeah. I mean, sometimes I think people say that's like his brother or his.
so does that mean Santa Claus eats children too? You would think they
No,
would draw
he's too nice.
sustenance.
He eats cookies.
They would draw sustenance on the same materials, wouldn't they, if they're the same being?
Well, no, not really, because in a way, the way I look at it, only because from what I've been reading, um, like Santa Claus is the good, Krampus is obviously the bad. So if you kind of look at Christianity, kind of where it came from, you have God, and then you have Jesus, and then you have the devil, right?
I think it would be definitely God.
Okay,
God and
God,
devil. God and
God.
devil.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, and I think they're kind of making that kind of. They're trying to make it something to that extent.
Yeah.
They're saying like, if you're good, hey, Santa Claus is going to come and he's going to be all happy and jolly and bring you gifts and everything. But if you're bad, Krampus is going to come. He's going to snatch you away, take you away, and you're never going to be seen again. He's probably going to eat you,
I wonder,
and he's going to punish you. He's going to hit you with his sticks.
and I wonder if Saint Nicholas needs Krampus to eat the kids to stay alive.
Well,
They're one. If you kill Krampus, you kill Saint Nicholas. They're connected. It's a Hydra.
I don't think so. Only because you don't like Saint Nicholas doesn't need to eat the kids.
No,
He's
because Krampus is, because they're connected. Like if I put a hit out, like if I got to Van Helsing's office, I was like, hey bro, listen, I need to put a hit on a Krampus. Van Helsing like, listen, man, I've been doing some stuff. I think they're connected. If I kill Krampus, it's a twofer. This
Okay,
guy's
so here
gonna go too.
we'll put it this way. If anyone has gotten this far into the video, which I'm pretty sure they haven't, but if they have,
They got lost after
put in
the football. They got lost.
yeah, yeah.
They're like,
"The fuck is
we
this?"
only watch soccer.
If you've gotten this far in the video, put in the comments. What do you think? If one of those is killed, is the other one going to die? If Krampus is killed, is Santa Claus going to die? Because I honestly don't think so. Because if we got rid of the devil, God isn't going to die.
No. But do you need the other half of the coin though? Do you need the
But you
balance?
always need that. Yeah, no, you always need the other half. The other half has to be there. The
The
other
other
half will
half
always be there.
makes one. It's almost like the other half makes the other one relevant.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's like the balance. It's like you said, the
No,
yin and yang.
yeah. Water and fire. You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's a tough one. Anyway, sorry, man. I made it way too deep. My bad.
No, that's funny, man. That's funny because it's like, if anyone's still around, I think
Let's
we
go
might be
Krampus
talking to
hunting.
ourselves
Like
right now.
if you went to go trap Krampus, you better go make a plan to trap Saint Nicholas, because I bet you they're the same freaking cryptid.
Dude, I'm telling you, we're talking to ourselves right now.
100%. This is the best part of the podcast when we absolutely go off road. When we know we're solo out here. Like, listen, it's okay. You know, did you know? All right, here's another thing. If American
Here we go.
listen, here we go. If American people smile, does that mean the British people scalometer? Oh, riddle me that.
What is a scalometer?
Exactly. I don't know. They're metric.
Yeah. If anybody's gotten this far, you know what a
Riddle me
scalometer
that.
is.
Riddle me that, all you metric people. If we smile, you scalometer. There you go.
Someone's gonna have to Google that. So, so in Alpine towns, Jesus Christ, I don't even know. Uh, in Alpine towns, December 5th is known as Krampus Night, or is it what is it? Krampus,
Krampusnacht.
Krampusnacht,
Yep,
or Krampus Night.
yep.
On this evening, people don elaborate costumes to resemble Krampus, complete with masks, fur, and horns, and to take to the streets in parades called the Krampus Run, Krampus Sloughs. During these events, participants might chase onlookers playfully, scaring them with their antics. It's a night of revelry, mischief, and a bit of terror. The next day, on December 6th, is St. Nicholas Day. Traditionally, children leave their shoes or boots out overnight, hoping to find them filled with treats. If they've been good, well, yeah, okay. Sorry, I read that wrong. If they leave their boots out overnight, and if they're good, they're filled with treats. But if they haven't, they might receive a birch rod instead, courtesy of Krampus, or
Wow.
coal. They'll receive coal in their shoes,
Where do you get coal?
or a stick
Oh, okay.
if they're bad. That's what, if they're bad. So all the good kids leave their shoes, or everybody leaves their shoes out. If you're good, you get a treat. If not, you get coal or a stick.
Hmm.
So over the years, Krampus has transcended his folklore roots to become a pop culture phenomenon. He's appeared in everything from holiday greeting cards, which is pretty pretty weird. A long years ago, decades ago, he was they had him in like greeting cards.
Wow.
Don't know why. And it wasn't like it was just Krampus. It was like Krampus with um like attacking kids.
Oh, thinking of you this Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Keep getting those good grades in school there, Johnny.
God. Jesus.
Um so yeah, greeting cards, in the early 19th century to modern day movies, books, and television shows, these depictions often emphasize his role as a counterbalance to the sweetness of the holiday season. So yeah, he's kind of like, you know, you got the good, you got to have the bad, whatever. In recent years, Krampus has gained a following outside of Europe, with Krampus parades and events popping up in the US and other parts of the world. For some, he's a fun, spooky addition to the holidays. For others, he's a reminder of the consequences of misbehavior. Beyond the frights and festivities, Krampus holds deeper symbolism. He embodies the duality of the holiday season, a time of joy and generosity, but also a time for reflection and accountability. His presence reminds us that actions have consequences, a theme that resonates universally. So, some
Hmm.
scholars even view Krampus as a symbol of rebellion against commercialization in a world where the holiday season is often dominated by consumerism. Krampus Krampus's darker, wilder energy offers a return to something more primal and grounded.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So
So
Krampus
yeah, they
is
would actually make. I heard that they for like the parades or whatever, that these people make masks of Krampus, like wooden masks, like these big wooden
yeah.
masks, and they paint them red and everything, and they got like the big ugly faces, and they got big horns, and I mean like fur, and I mean all this stuff. They're
Wow.
walking around with, like chains, like they really go out for it. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
But yeah, there's it's
So
crazy, man.
so
Fucking Krampus.
Krampus is like punk rock, and Santa Claus is more like Taylor Swift, like the
Yeah,
ballads,
yeah. I think Krampus is like yeah,
like
punk
the
rock. Yeah,
Cobain, like the Kurt
yeah, yeah.
Cobain. Got it.
Cobain. He's the Cobain of like the holiday. Yeah,
Got it.
it just never ended that way. He's still around.
Yeah. Jesus. Jesus.
But yeah. So that's the story of Krampus, and
Krampus,
more
man.
or less. Yeah,
Well, we wanted. I'm glad we got into the festivities of the Yule Tide. Is it called the Yule Tide?
I think so.
What the fuck is a Yule?
I don't know.
Why is it? I
Weird.
don't even know what a Yule is. It's always Yule,
Um,
the Yule season, Yule Tide. I thought that was a college. Is that Alabama? Yule Tide, Roll Tide, not Yule
Roll
Tide.
Tide. Yeah, wrong college.
Wrong,
Yeah.
wrong tide. My bad. Wrong tide. My bad.
Yeah, be careful. They take that kind of
Yeah,
serious,
they really
man.
do, man. Yeah, what does Yule mean? Yule. How do you spell Yule?
Uh,
Y-U-L-E? Yule? Oh, Yule is just festival.
oh, is that a German word?
Germanic. Yeah, Yule is a winter festival historically observed by Germanic peoples.
Hmm.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, there you go.
Ah, Yule is a pagan holiday.
Oh, sweet.
And the pieces connect. Ah, the Yule tide.
Awesome.
Let there you go.
Look at that.
Well,
Now we learned something.
now we're connecting the pieces. The puzzle is becoming a little more clear to us. Well,
Again,
I'm glad we brought you guys this Christmas special and all of its holidayness.
and all of the everything else. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I mean, honestly, for real, like it's been a pleasure. I can't believe we've been doing the app files for this long, man.
Yeah.
This
It's
is our second Christmas.
yeah. And I think like I said, we're slowly chipping away at that 100. I'll make it there.
Yeah, no, dude, for real, we're pretty much zooming past it. Pretty much zooming past it. We'll get there, and then after that, guys,
No, no holds
shit,
barred. You can't stop
no
it then.
holds barred, no holds barred. Um, but yeah, no, it's been crazy. It's been crazy how much like you go back and it doesn't really feel like that many videos, but you look back and you're like, wow, we have so many videos. They're like an hour long. And like, holy crap, we have
Yeah.
days worth of content. Like, if you could just binge hours worth of our episodes. Granted, you wouldn't be smarter for it, but
No, you'd probably just sit there and be like, what are they talking about?
you might go crazy. But
Yeah. But hey, anyway, let's get out of here. So Daniel, thanks a lot.
yeah,
Appreciate it. This has been
always.
fun.
Yep.
This was like sorry for like the rant that goes we just took it to another level.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's what we do here, you know. It's great. I like it. Again, if you guys are enjoying this content, if you made it this far, congratulations.
Jesus.
Hit the
Yeah.
like button, hit the
Yeah.
subscribe button, share. Please leave a comment. We like the comments, as I said. Again, to everybody watching, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Shout out to all you guys. Um, and until next time, peace.
Later.